Grab your glasses, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic. Look at Kid Magic rock. Shots out. Here we go. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, breathe, breathe, then drink. Take a breath, take your breath. Now, grab your glass for some water. Grab your glass. Lift your pitcher of that water. Or bottle. Get that pitcher of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water. Move your body. Move your body and drink some water. Move your body. Move your body and drink some water. Bam. Just move your body. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, move, move, then drink. Move your body. Move your body. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Lift and pour yourself some water. Pour. Move your body, drink some water. Move it. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. But remember to stay healthy. Remember the four pillars. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Drink half your weight in ounces. Eat a culturally appropriate diet. Behave. Take your breath. Come on. Lift and pour. You can do it. Move your body. Come on. Come on. Toast your ancestors. Drink up. Come on. Drink it. Drink it. Drink it. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Lift and drink it. Come on. Drink that healthy air. Drink. Drink, drink, drink. Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Come on, come on. Toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Drink, drink. Drink, drink. Come on, come on. Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Come on, pour it. Move your body. Move. Toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink. What? Drink your water. Drink, drink, drink. Drink your water. Family, I want to welcome you to this week's toast, man. And we are in the week of Ujamaa. And man, oh man, are we off to a running start. Listen, I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to upload this episode. You know, I don't know what's going on. My Wi-Fi has went down and it's not streaming through. So we're going to still get it up. We're going to do the show. We're going to get it up for y'all. But the issue is, man, I got to figure, oh my God, I'm going to have a lot of stuff to do. because you know, the internet is an intimate part of what I do. So I'm imagining the whole house is down, but I'm not gonna stop the show for that. But yo, family, you are here. I want to welcome you to the congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. I am your host, Brother Hatim. Of course, you know this is a Heart of Simba production all day, every day. But we strive to blow up your old paradigm. And just to let y'all know, this is Gye-Nyame. So Anime, could you cue up the pledge, please?
I am a Gye-Nyame man. I was born for greatness. My greatness comes from my potent center.
Well,
I pledge to find and connect with my center.
Okay.
I pledge to build my spirit, mind, and body. I pledge to use my hands to build a better world for myself, my loved ones, and my community. I pledge to use my mind to think deeper, further, and higher to create a better reality for myself.
Okay.
I pledge to live my life and go beyond all my self-imposed limitations.
Word.
I pledge to promote the principles of the Gye-Nyame warriors and to assist all those who are seeking the path of success. I pledge all these things first to myself, my teachers, to all my relations, and to my higher power. I am Gye-Nyame. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.
I am Gye-Nyame, family. That is the pledge that is said every day by those who are truly in this trouble, who are in struggle, said trouble. Truly in this struggle, which is trouble, can be trouble, but it's a good trouble. And it's said on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? I got it pent up on my things when I'm brushing my teeth. Try to remind myself, look at it, get it, and work with it and live through it. For those that's joining me on the Nguza Saba Challenge, I want to thank y'all. Make sure that you have your notes together. Make sure you hook up with us at 6:45 a.m. in our private Telegram group so that we could discuss it. Anybody that's a supporter, if you want to be invited to that, you are welcome to come in as well, because we're going to discuss the lesson of that day, because it's a 50-day program. And the next one after that, you know what I'm saying? The next one, we're going deeper, right? So that one is going to be even more days. You know what I'm saying? But at the end, there is transformation within the process. And when you get through the process, there's a transformation that will take place. Also, be sure to check down there at the bottom and plug in and get our hoodies. You know what I'm saying? Our t-shirts. Get your day shirt so that you get with the fam, yo. We're not playing here, Gye-Nyame Journey. I'm trying to let y'all know we're not playing. We are building, and other stuff that's coming, as I've been telling y'all over the years. But like I said, sometimes stuff take a little bit longer than we thought. But anyway, let's get it here. Y'all here for the toast. So let's go on and let's lift up our ancestors. First, giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call the Creator. We lift up our glass and we salute that Creator, and we say the word of power, at least around these parts in this tribe, is Ashe. Whatever your word of power is, feel free to say it. Also, from there, we move on to our list of our ancestors. We lift up our glass. I got to find my list. So, all right, cool. Got my list. Let's go on. And let's go through our list of ancestors. We got Miles Brown, Ms. Ann, Robert the Tex, Anna Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilly, Georgia William, Walter, Christopher Fanny Gaston, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, I'm Fiend, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Flard, Montague Pittman L, Nomo X, and Pet Mont Rob, Malik Kaur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamau, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bell Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pulling, the Luxor brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Ritterman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Louis Henderson,
Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melville Hodge, Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bert Beatty, Sarah Welly, Vita Farmer, Agosto Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Murray B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Isla Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Eric Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary, Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther Keechler Reese, Linda Watson Hammond, Gerald Giles Watson, Spell, Slimmy, Severn Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Percy Moore, Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Novena Hall, Freeman Bankster, May Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, Dave Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, Dorita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, May Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Haley Vester, May Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Adam Tut Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thomas Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Ellen O'Howe, Frankie Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Bena Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Rich Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brandon Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Diddy Marnez, Gina Rube Jones, Jana Callahan. We have William Walter West, Nigel Paris, Elder Basiji Fulani, Jim Robson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, Japretis Hines, Honest Bostic, Anna Bostic, Winifred Scatterberry, Wilson Haley, Emma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Kevin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Edith Candy, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Nalon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingles, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingles, Archie Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gaston, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy. We got Reverend Roosevelt Word the First, Stacey Trash, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Irving, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jepson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Glebus, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hetty Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet McKay, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Eno Baby Hatch, Senior, Mally Miller, Housley Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Fred Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Coper, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Hairston, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Alice Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Ernestine Houston, Lud Oz, Elijah Oz, Jerome Oz, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Oz, Ann Pierce, Donna Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Bad Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Raymond Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Noon Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, J.C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Captain Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Captain Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Rosella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easy, Rayshawn Easy, Jabez McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward Benson Sr., Arthur H. McNair, Lord Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Auber, Mazeline Cooper, George Swan, Imani Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Shirley Morgan, Sybil Elbridge McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. We have our black book. We got Joella Giles, James Carswell. We got Liberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis. We got Fatima and Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane Lewis, Ronald Shelton, Jr., Ronald Shelton Jr., Damian Top, Westina Banks. We got Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jermonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McHale, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Severin Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Mel Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lunk, Elizabeth Johnson, Mr. Thornton, got Johanna, DeShonda Lynette Lewis, Anderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry S. II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, Alauti Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Juan Hakeem and Como, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, also known as Dr. Creamy Mackey, Victor Bowden, Drusilla Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Justin Carl White, Jesse Woods, Taylor Woods Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Andy Simpson, Jeremiah Simpson, Gina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Nate Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Simon Demond, Ethel Marshall, Steve Dougie Shelton, William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Gisela Merle, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Merle, Charles A. Young, got Sylvester Foster, James and Lizzie Winston, Abe and Julia Lawrence, Ozell Leathers Sr., Gladys Coper, Ozell Leathers Jr. We got Geneva Jackson, R.J. Lacey, also known as Toot the Don, Saber Winston, Chris Kinney, Margaret Minter, Mary Smith, Juanette Florine Stith Gibbs, Carl William Duncan Jr., Janet Callahan, Denny Hill, Miko D. Nice Hill, Andre Martin, Mabel Williams, Terry Brown, Teresa Biddle, Levonna Kincaid, Carla Sawyer, Reverend Jesse Porter, Deacon Ezekiel Dennis, Brandon Porter, Craig Lee Jones, Granny Beulah, Papa Al Risa, Nana Smith, George Gamble Sr., Joseph Gale, LaShonda Jamar, Leroy Riley, Mona Yolanda Hunter, Yvonne Patrice Turner, Herman Reeves, Amanda Reeves, Josh Reeves, Lena Kate. We got Pam Johnson, Baron Reese Fisher, Jerry Johnson McCallum, also known as Mama Moon. We got Sheila Anley, Panchita Albert, Donna Brooks, Barbara Moses out of Spate, and Ira Branson, Eric Winston, Dan Bridges, Francisco Matisse, also known as Sonny. We got Charles Stevenson Jr., King of Pleasant, Sarah Keat, Nina Shepard, Brett William, Mabel Haskins, Wilbur Shepard, Dennis Jackson, William Haskins, Geraldine Jackson, Henry Jackson Sr., Edward Jones, Leslie Travis, Charlize Barnes, DeJuan Lewis Taylor, Madeline Yates, June Danders, Daisy Wilfork, Frederick Smith, James and Amanda Baldwin, Lily Williams, Sally Williams, Vivian Stevenson, Irene Harris, Kelly Williams, Abu Scales, Pat Williams, Mrs. Bertha Walker, Tony Ogletree, Grandma Marguerite, Tracy Emery, Hassan Abdul Razak, Vivian Johnson, B.J. Jones, Avigel Roboleto Monterosa. We got Chet Word, Mama Rahani, Debray Michelle Nash, Joseph Blaine Miller III, Renoko Rashidi, Bobby Battle, Fred Gasson, Tracy Gasson, Adora Gibson, Elder Simba, Brother Bashir, Tommy Hustle, also known as Tommy the Barber. We got Elder Phil Haynes, Arminta Brantley. We got Aunt Carol Walker Welsh. We got Carrie Ann Brooks. We got Jeremiah Williams, Tony Smith, Antoinette Pinson, Juanita Mosley, Michelle Simons, Irene Johnson, Aunt Pauline, Nanny Baker, Ian Dabney, Quincy Yelder, Josiah Miller, Brother David Moore, Lisa Smith, Willie Thomas, Nevaeh Fitzgerald, and Odessa Bell. Family, we lift up our glass and we salute each and every last one of our ancestors, and we say the word of power, Ashe. Anime, what was that? Sounding kind of low. Is your energy? You need an energy bar or something? Go on. You know your sugar get low. All right, so we lift up our glass and we say Ashe. From there, family, we move to the present moment. Right now, we are in the week of Ujamaa. Ujamaa, my fault. We're in the week of Ujamaa. And, take this week, right? Really start thinking about cooperative economics. How does it work within you? How does it work around you? How can we better our community by bringing our forces together and hitting the world hard? Bringing all 5 parts of our beings together, bringing our resources together to do what we need to do. And we may work in different silos and stuff like that, but how can each one of those silos, each one of those tribes become a finger on a hand or become a part of the overall body that is us as a people, that is us as a group, to work together to solve our problems? That's the question, right? And we have to do that. And we have to handle our space and time in this moment so that we can conserve it and expand it and improve it for our future generations. That's what we're supposed to do. So we lift up our glass and we salute this present moment. We say Ashe. From there, we move on. Yes, we do. We move on. And we move where we're moving to, right? We move to our future generations. We toast our children, our children's children on to infinity, right? We got our ancestors. We got our future generations. We got the children that are here, but we got the children that are waiting to come through us. So we want to salute them and we want to lift them up in advance because they're going to come and do great things, especially if we're handling our business in the moment. So we lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. From there, we move to all of our relations. We're going to lift up our glass. We're going to salute all of our relations and we say, Ashe. From all of our relations, family, is a simple step. It's a simple jump. From all of our relations, family, we want to lift up our glass and we want to salute any of those special causes that y'all might have out there. You know what I'm saying? Let's lift them up. All right. Also, we want to use this time to send out energy to our family and friends that may be in need of healing, that are in need of some encouragement, that are in need of intercession from our ancestors. Right. So, our list consists of, we got Elder Debbie Bowie. She was on a call with us today, right? It was good. It was good for her energy to be there. We got Brother Quasey, who's still struggling with some things. We lifted him up. We want to lift up Elder Atiba. Elder Atiba is struggling right? We got many people with health issues in our community that might not want people to know, but if you open yourself up, allow this energy to flow into you. Because, like I said, I want to give our other people business. We also want to lift up and send out energies to Sister Ye out in Arizona because, she's dealing with some things. And we want to make sure that she has the energy she needs to move forward, right? There anybody else? Well, I haven't received any more emails. I did get a text today with some names on it, and we saluted them. So we lift up our glass. Come on now. Because this is where you get to see when we make requests, things start to happen. Things start to move. So we lift it up. You need something, you lift it up too, right? Come on now. Say it. Ashe. From there, family, we move to that selfish toast, because our glass got to be full. So I want to lift up the glass too, right? And I want to ask you, what is it that you need right now in this moment to move you towards your higher self, right? Move you to the point where you can align all 5 parts of your being. Move you to where you could fit into the story of your culture and start become an author that adds to the pages of our culture. Come on now, lifting it up. We say Ashe. From there, we're going to move to our tribe. We're going to lift up our tribes. My tribe is Gye-Nyame. What's your tribe? Right? Come on now, because I told y'all tribe up. Come on, lift it up. My tribe is Gye-Nyame. What's yours? Ashe. Now, I want to lift up the most magnificent, most beautiful, most uplifting, most inspiring, most powerful individual in the room. I want to lift up all those that take the time to toast with us, whether you do it once a week, you do it once a month, or whether you're doing it every day. May the energy flow into you, flow over you, and bless everything that you touch. May those that stand in your way become your footstool. May they be the stepping stool to the next level of your journey. Family, I'm saluting you. Right now. It's you. Magnificent. With your magnificent, beautiful self. I'm lifting up the glass and we say, Ashe. Last but not least, we started with the creator and we end with the creator and we pull up one of our mythic symbols in Gye-Nyame. Got that mythic symbol and we call on the creator, got that phoenix egg and we say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, I wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years. family. We are out.